A treacherous return for Formula One sends Daniel Ricciardo to hospital. The Kiwi succeed in Indycar and the 2024 Supercars grid starts to take shape. Let's get into it. It was a chaotic return from summer break for Formula One at a wet and rainy Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort. Daniel Ricciardo has been ruled out of next weekend's Italian Grand Prix after breaking a bone in his left hand in a crash during the second practice. The incident occurred 10 minutes into the session when Ricciardo took evasive action to prevent a smash with fellow Australian Oscar Piastri's McLaren. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner told Speed Cafe Ricciardo underwent surgery in Barcelona for his hand, where several screws and a plate were fitted. Max Verstappen achieved his 9th win in a row in front of a home crowd of more than 100,000 fans. He now equals the record for consecutive wins set by Sebastian Vettel in 2013. Teammate Sergio Perez was chasing second before he slid off the track in the wet and suffered a subsequent penalty for speeding in pit lane. Fernando Alonso finished second and Pierre Gasly third. Oscar Piastri was 9th. New Zealander Liam Lawson finished 13th in his F1 debut, filling in for injured Daniel Ricciardo. He was 3 places better than AlphaTauri teammate Yuki Tsunoda. Formula One returns next weekend at Monza in northern Italy. It was a disappointing weekend for Australian Jack Doohan in Formula 2, who scored 6th in the sprint race before crashing out under safety car in the opening of the feature race. Most of the title contenders also encountered trouble as Isaac Hadjar and Clement Novalak took the victories. Also at Zandvoort was the Porsche Super Cup, where Australian Harry Jones remains in contention to take the rookie crown after scoring a podium. Indycar raced at its final oval course of the year at Gateway, where New Zealander Scott Dixon claimed a dominant win despite a grid penalty making him start in 16th. Fellow Kiwi Scott McLaughlin was 6th and Australia's Will Power 9th. And keeping his title credentials intact in Indy Next was Hunter McElrea, finishing 3rd. The NASCAR Cup Series raced at Daytona for the second time this year, where Chris Buescher took the win from Brad Keselowski and Aric Almirola. Bubba Wallace scored the final playoff slot in 12th. Off the track, there's been more Supercars driver announcements for 2024. With Richie Stanaway racing for Grove Racing, David Reynolds will replace Scott Pye at Team 18, and Craig Lowndes has re-signed with 888 Race Engineering, meaning he will mark 20 years with the team next year. Looking ahead to next weekend, and Formula One will race in Italy, MotoGP will race in Barcelona, and NASCAR heads to Darlington. Back home, World Time Attack will take place at Sydney Motorsport Park.